Hi guys, so I have a very simple question. What the hell is Nigel Farage? Not who is Nigel Farage, what is Nigel Farage? Because he's not a member of Parliament, he's not a member of the European Parliament, he's no longer the leader of a party, he's not a reporter, he's not a journalist. What is he? And why is he always being invited on to media outlets to give his opinion? He doesn't represent anyone but himself. But for some reason, he's been invited on to talk radio, to LBC, to Fox News, to give his opinion on things. He represents, once again, no one but himself. Now, let's just park that for a moment, because Nigel Farage convinced millions of people to vote for Brexit on one core issue: immigration. He told people back in 2015 and long before that, we need to leave the European Union in order to control our borders. We can't control our borders as long as we're a member of the European Union. Now, he's got his Brexit and he's complaining about immigration. How is it possible that someone who told you we need to leave to control our borders, when we leave, we can control our borders, we can stop immigration? Now, that was a lie, of course, but how is it possible that somebody who lied so clearly is being invited on once again to talk about the issue that he lied about? Now, he can't get away by saying, well, he wasn't in control. And no, he sold Brexit to the public. This is his baby. He is responsible for it. And now he's complaining about immigration once again. And the public are lapping it up. And he's been invited on to talk radio and LBC and Fox News to talk about this issue. Is this insanity? Anyway, I want to show you this interview with Talk Radio, where he talks once again about immigration. But I want to show you another clip from before the referendum about immigration also.
I was going out in a channel trying to bring some publicity to this issue, and I predicted 5,000 would cross last year, and that was laughed at, obviously. It turned out to be 8,500. Just to get a sense of perspective, we're headed for over 20,000 this year. That's 20,000 people coming into the country. One of the truths here that Priti Patel will not confront is that unless we deal with the European Human Rights Act, we have got a very, very big problem in returning anybody to France. And yet she never comes clean about it, makes an endless series of statements, gets up at the Tory party conference and talks tough. Everybody claps and says, isn't she marvellous? At the moment, she's proving to be one of the worst Home Secretaries. Quite right, Judah.
And he was cut off there, ever, probably. And he wasn't challenged. He wasn't challenged on... But wait a minute, Nigel. Didn't you tell people that voting for Brexit would allow us to control our borders? Now you're complaining about the borders not being controlled. This is Nigel Farage back before the referendum. Let's see what he had to say about immigration back then.
And I think that the reason in this referendum why we have to talk about this is all the while, that, which is a British passport, or should be, but the first two words on it are European Union, that is available to 508 million people. And any of those people, if they wish, can come to this country. We have no control. The only way we get control is to vote to leave the European Union. And I think William Hague shows...
There you heard it from the horse's mouth.
To leave the European Union. And I think control is to vote to leave the European Union. And I think William Hague...
And then he goes on to talk about William Hague. Now, how is it possible that somebody who told the public the only way we can control our borders is to leave the European Union is now complaining about immigration? He sold people the idea that you vote for this, we will control the borders. Now, of course it was a lie. It actually makes it more difficult to control the borders because something that Nigel was not very honest about at the time was that borders have two sides. So you can try and control your side of the border, but if the people on the other side don't control their side, there's nothing you can do about it. And when you're a member of the European Union, at least you could put pressure on the French to do more. But now that you're outside the European Union, you have no control over the French. You have no pressure. You have no way of directing them to do their job, if you want to call it that. I'm in awe, not so much about what he's saying, but that he's not been challenged on what he has said. He told people in the past, vote for this and we will control our borders. The borders are obviously, according to him, not being controlled, and the media just ignore the fact of him saying in the past that we need to leave in order to control the borders. That's all I wanted to say about this, but once again, back to the original question, what is Nigel Farage? Because he's not a member of Parliament and he's not a member of the European Parliament. Why is his opinion so important? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?